Hell yeah, enough's enough. These freaking criminal pigs. I'll punch them right in the face. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love that song. Okay, I'm going to finish this article. Hopefully be able to finish it. About how the Roman Catholic Church assumes that it owns everyone, and it doesn't. Because you are your own individual. You need to create your own name and be yourself. And it's none of their business what your name is and what you consider yourself. And I forgot Kagan was going to talk about how transgender people are really great because they are the visual example of how you can be whoever you want to be. And they're brave individuals and they're doing great. And I think that's great that there's a physical thing, that visual thing people can see how you can be whoever you want to be. You don't have to be who you are when you were born. You don't have to be a label. Okay. This poem is called Falling Serpent. There was never a fall of man. Our belief in this lie was what the serpent had planned. But now we're remembering just who we are, and we each have control of our own avatar. That's right. You control you. Nobody pulls your strings. No one. Get out of religare. To tie back and thwart from forward progress. Get out of religion. Be yourself. Follow natural law. It's possible to have great morals and not be involved in the religious cult. Okay. Here we go. All Western nations require national citizens by law to register their children and acquire a birth certificate. That birth certificate and its numbers that identify you to it are connected to the trust, the statutory qui vi trust. See how it is through this ingenious system that we have all been enslaved. Learn how to free yourself. Santos talks on astrotheology and sovereignty law. He explains how solar science, otherwise known as the holy science, profound knowledge of the solar system, is the basis and origin for all of our myths, legends, fairy tales, nursery rhymes, Bibles, folklore, holy books, etc. Santos explains how over the past 2,000 years, the Roman cult empire has set up a system of ownership of all property and souls that exist on this earth through their papal bulls and trusts. Slavery and ownership is their business, literally. So it's like a bunch of papal bullshit to me. The amount of credit the Feds earned from investing in securities the credit borrowed from us via the registration of our births has prepaid anything you might ever want or need. We are the creditors, and the federal mafia is the debtor. They owe us interest for using our credit, yet since they, the public, are bankrupt, there is no substance money. So we as creditors will have to get paid by taking equity in the form of our houses and cars as a set-off balancing of the account. They owe us interest on our credit, which they are using to pay for the manufacturing of all the goods and services we are buying. We have already paid for the product before we buy it. We are still the principals of the securities because said investments was never disclosed to us. The Feds are hoping we won't request the profits of our investments. However, if and when we do, it is substantial enough that we would never have to work again. We could never spend it all. We do not need to know we ever meant to work for a living. The government floated a bond against our future earnings by using our birth certificate as a collateral for our promise to pay. Income tax is just having their educated you to pay the interest on the loan you lent them. When we access our direct treasury accounts, those held at the BC FRB under SINs, SSNs, we will no longer have to work. Meanwhile, we will continue to 1. Slave labor for entities which do not exist except for the purpose of profit. 2. Do something other than what we were designed to do, and believe that we, extensions of our Creator, are worthless enough to have to pay for our existence. The above is an excerpt from how I clobbered every bureaucrat, cash confiscatory agent known to man. A spiritual economics book on money and remembering who you are. Who I am. And more people need to know this and not stand for it anymore, and it can't happen. It can't be if people do not cooperate for it. How dare they sell our identities, trading us on the stock market. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. Okay, here's some identity things that I wrote. This one, and then there's one that Charmella wrote on the other side. She's going to read that one. I'm going to start with this one. It's called The Spirit of Self-Ownership. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me who I... Hold on. The Spirit of Self-Ownership. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me who or what I am. I am my own man. I have my own plan. I did not come here to be a debt slave or sell my soul to get paid, go to college or collect a minimum wage. I came here to help humanity grow and plant a spiritual seed that my great work will sow, with hopes that the future will learn to say no and rise up to source where together we'll glow. And here's Charmella with hers. This one is called Identification Bullshit by Charmella and Senye. I am my own identity. No piece of paper shall claim to be me. I am much more than the outside you see. Within I am fighting the ID disease. Fuck my birth certificate, I am no idiot. I am that I am, and I am sick of this bullshit. Why identification? I'm right here, you nitwit. Why is my presence not good enough? Don't make me lash out and start beating you up. If we never had these identity cards or paperwork to tell us who they think that we are, then identity theft could never occur. And we'd be ID'd by our own avatar. Because the outer self identifies the spirit within. Come closer, take a look. They can't counterfeit skin. And if that's not good enough, I will break both your shins. Now shut the fuck up and just let me in. That's how I feel whenever there's like a crowd and stuff and they ask for identification. I mean, isn't I not good enough? Don't I identify me? Don't people ever ask this in their mind? And don't people ever come together and say, this is bullshit, that some stupid piece of paper tells who you are when you in the flesh is not good enough? That's not only insulting, but it's ridiculous. And Ralph and I are tired of it. Whoa, sorry about that, I fell over. So he wrote about it, and hopefully maybe people will hear this and be like, whoa, yeah, I never thought of it that way, or maybe you have thought of it that way and you just didn't know how to express it, or maybe you have expressed it, but more people need to express it, come out with it, and talk about it, and how ridiculous it is. Okay, I'll take it back to Ralph now. Here's a little write-up of what we are here to do and who we are. Mainstream religion spoon-feeds people false ideas of what heaven is supposed to be. We are here to help people out of mind-controlled mainstream religion so they can remember who they are. Together we make up a holograph of creator source who chose to have many human experiences. We each began as a holographic fragment of energy spirit that desired to experience the human existence. We are infinite consciousness. Our human body is our avatar. We are the spirit that animates our avatar. Who we truly are is the energy within. We have chosen earthly existence to materialize our creative ideas and use them to teach the lost sheep who they are and help humanity develop memory. That is why we're here. It's a clear message my own master got when she got ill, and she found her higher self. Running a religion on all these control systems is BS and garbage. It's garbage. Here's another excerpt. We came to Earth to help souls who incarnate here remember who they are, come home, and then bring that home to Earth. Mainstream religion keeps souls trapped in the reincarnation cycle put in place by the Syrians. Some choose to reincarnate, but when they reincarnate, the memory is wiped so they can forget their unpleasant path and start over. Mainstream religion is a trap that has fallen for over and over again. It needs to be broken. It's ridiculous. We came to Earth on a mission to slay 4 beasts with the sword of truth. Beast number 1 is Rome, mainstream religion. Number 2 is government, all world leaders. Number 3 is London, the 3rd beast, monetary system. And number 4 is Washington, D.C., the military-industrial complex. And it may not even be in that order. That's just the order we wrote down. Happened to write it down. But we actually wrote some poems to go along with that. So I'll read those. It's what's called Burning Love Light. Rome never fell. That was a lie. So we've come back to watch Catholicism die. Now Rome can fall for once and for all, as our love light burns down the whole dark cabal. This is one of my favorites. It's called Goodbye Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is a festering boil on the face of our dear Mother Earth, and it's about time that it be removed so peace can finally give birth. Now, it's a poem. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm not going to scare nobody. I'm not trying to scare nobody. Except for the archons, of course. But we're not violent, but we will use our freedom of speech to speak what we believe and talk about solutions and what can we do and how creativity and expressing ourselves, all that. Here's the best one too. The death of currency. London's bridge is falling down. The currency will no longer circle around. We have had it with the paper god, and as they lose control, they will suffocate beneath their one-eyed currency soul. Currency is dead. It's going to be gone. And it has to fail in order to build our new heaven on earth. People have great potential, and they're being exploited and having to work and get money when they can't do what they came here to do. Instead of distract people 9 to 5, so they can't think of nothing, so they just stay thinking that that's all it is. But it's more than that. You're not meant to go to college. All this bullshit that they say, oh, that's an opportunity, as they suck you dry. That's no opportunity. We came here to build our own love-like kingdom, and that's what we're doing. And sometimes it's hard to form that into a sentence because it's hard to speak it, because really the love-like kingdom is something that you cannot see, but it's brought from within to manifest on earth. And earth wants this. She's trying to rise her vibration with us, and we're trying to build it on earth. So by doing the great work, that's what we're doing. We're trying to do it. We're trying our best. And sometimes you might be like, well, I don't know what to say, and you feel crazy or stupid doing what you're doing, but don't, because you're helping. That's helpful. Even if nobody's listening, even if you don't have a lot of views or have any views, it's still good to do, because you can hear it yourself when you do it, and it keeps you motivated. Here's another one I want to talk about. It's called. This is what we entitled Operation Fearless. Because this is the fear-based programming that they've been doing. Don't fall for the fear-based mind-control psyops. They are desperate to keep the masses in fear, because the controllers and negative energies feed off and profit off of our fear. The veil is thinning, and they are trying every last trick in the book to hook us in. The psyop/mind control trigger words. Here are the trigger words they use to try to incite fear to the viewers. Pressure cookers, backpacks, terrorism, Al-Qaeda, domestic terrorists, ISIS/ISIL, Taliban, Islam, Islamic State, right-wing extremists, homegrown, sovereign, lone wolf, U.S. soil, ISIS-inspired, foiled plot. This is just some of the trigger words we wrote down, because they do that. Mind control trauma exercises to scare people, and it's ridiculous. You're getting old and keep hearing these same old words over and over again. Whether or not some of the things that happened, like the Sandy Hook and something, was a psyop, a false thing with false actors, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I heard a lot of different things, that there's crisis actors that have been in more than one tragic event that was broadcast around to scare people. So I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there, and I'm not saying that there ain't crazy people out there that do crazy things, and I don't condone that behavior. But I also don't like people tricking people and making people terrified over stuff that may or may not go on. And if it does, people do get hurt, and I apologize. That I don't want to see that happen. But we don't need all this garbage going on. And the cops killing African Americans is ridiculous. That needs to stop. That really needs to stop. I mean, they're trying to start a war, but that's ridiculous. And people just need to calm down, and the cops need to just stop just blindly following orders and use some common sense once in a while. And yeah. So what can I say about that? What else is there? Let's see. Sometimes it feels like we're just doing this and it's not getting anywhere, but it is, because we're doing it. And the vibration of our voice, it helps Earth Mother rise in vibration. Okay, and here's a good note to leave on, a good encouraging poem. It's called The Will of Freedom. Follow your own free will. Look through love's windowsill. Come and receive the flower of life that will guide you up that hill. The hill that you never thought you could climb, because you assumed you'd be stuck here forever. But now that you've discovered your purpose, you will ascend toward the light of forever. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.